40-plus years ago, with G. Edward Griffin and others, Bob Chapman published books, wrote books. He's given thousands of speeches. He's done tens of thousands of radio interviews. I know it's thousands a year. He does 3 or 4 a day. And we've been right about everything we've covered. You can go back and read stuff Bob wrote 40 years ago, and it was like a crystal ball looking into the future because we read globalist documents. I told you they're going to bring the health bill to a full debate. They've been telling you for a month that they aren't. Now they are this Saturday. 2 weeks from now, they're scheduled to bring the greenhouse gas tax to a debate. We may be able to beat it, but we have to believe we can beat it and admit it's a threat. Now, I misunderstood what Scott was saying, and I don't exactly understand it. I mean, I really believe we can beat this, and I know the Christian churches in the last 100 years got taken over by the Schofield Bible. It told them we'd all be raptured out. No one had to fight evil, render unto Caesar, and submit to government. And so we can get past that mind control and get people to believe they have power. I don't believe we're supermen. I don't believe the elite are supermen. But at the same time, I believe that we all have amazing potential within us. So I'm trying to teach people the elite aren't as powerful as you think, and you're more powerful than you think. And I just think we have a really positive message. A lot of people build straw men and just constantly attribute things to me that I haven't done or said or distort what we're saying. And it's not about Alex Jones. I'm here going, look, Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the UN, is in the New York Times calling for global government and saying the carbon tax will fund it. Look, Al Gore's made $1 billion off this. He's a scammer. And then so many people, as I try to point out how popular the truth is, I understand how societies operate and how history works, and I try to have actors and rock stars and people on who are waking up or have been awake for a long time to show you that we're really the majority. And then it's like, oh, look, Alex has a movie star on or a former governor or I've studied history. I know how to win against these people. That's why they're saying I'm their number one enemy. That's why they've got attack pieces going against me. That's why we've got dirty tricks going on. And somehow there's this Madison Avenue implanted envy in some of the, and I'm not saying Scott's saying that, but with some people, that there's this perception that it's fun for me to be the great Alex Jones. And I hate to even say that, but that's what the media is built. That's what the public sees. People think I'm like the elite. They think I'm Superman. They think I know everything and I'm tracking everyone. No, I know the general systems of the New World Order. I know their formulae. And I'm trying to teach people my perspective. Doesn't mean I have all the answers. I try to have all the other experts who are true experts on, who have track records of being right, like Bob Chapman. I mean, we have economists on, and we have congressmen on, and we have artists on, and we have just this huge spectrum of people who are standing up for goodness. And I use my discernment for who I bring on the air and who I try to support. And it's just so frustrating to see that a large portion of the internet now spends their time not fighting the Federal Reserve. Looks like we're going to get the audit. It's going through. My God, this is beautiful. And instead it's like, oh, that's just a whitewash. Now we'll never defeat the Fed. You audit the Fed. It's the beginning of abolishing them. How can people not see that we're making headway? Bob Chapman, I appreciate you holding while I was ranting. I'm going to go back to Scott, but you were on hold. You heard Scott. What did you extract from what he was saying? And what's your message to everybody out there about, is it bad for me to say we're starting to win? It's the truth. All I do, my job's easy. They say there's no mercury in the shots. I go, here's the insert. It says it has mercury. They say there's no world government. I pull out a UN document where they say world government. All I am is somebody trying to save my country. I guess they can't believe that anyone legitimate and wholesome could actually be affecting change because they don't believe in themselves. They don't know that if they started 14 years ago doing what I'm doing, they could have had a great effect too. Instead, they sit there bitching and griping about me, Bob.
Well, you're right, and needless to say, I put up with it for years, but, a very successful man once said to me, when you're in first place, everybody wants to knock you down. And it's true. It's enviousness, jealous, jealousy, and it's something that I never thought I'd ever run into, but I have, and sadly, it's been about with people who I've known quite well, and I just can't figure mankind out. Here we are, and we are making a big inroad in what these people are doing. This passage coming up of 1207 and 604 is a monumental achievement. It's what many men and myself have fought for 50 years. It's the beginning of the end of the control of the Illuminati, and they know it. And they're furious, and that's, of course, why they attack you. I don't have the visibility you have, and so I don't get attacked as much, although the government doesn't like me very much. But just to give you an example, I was on a show yesterday, and they have these rating systems by how many talk programs are on in an hour. And I was rated, there was Rush and Hannity and Laura and somebody else. I was rated number 5. Now, that's out of 50 people. And they come back and said, who is this guy? And be as it may, the point is we are making inroads. People are listening to us because we're telling the truth.
Well, Bob, let me stop you. I mean, we should be, Bob, I agree. We should be figuratively popping champagne, running, but we can't because the fight continues. We're actually starting to turn the corner here. We can see the corner. We're approaching it, and we should be popping champagne, running around on the streets. We've gone from no one knowing the Fed's private, maybe 1%, to almost 80% now in polls. It looks like we're going to get the audit of the Fed. And suddenly there's this chorus bitching. I think a lot of that is staged, being put out, and then other weak-minded people parrot it. It's like we're supposed to lose. We're supposed to never have any. They have loser, defeatist attitudes. I mean, Bob, are you not? I mean, I know you're excited. You've been fighting for 40-plus years against these bastards. They've run you out of the United States. You don't even live here anymore. You've been fighting them, and now we're having some success, and everybody's mad about it.
Well, there are some people who are mad, and again, it's envy and jealousy, and why didn't you do it better, or why didn't you use this method? And you're always going to get it. I don't let it bother me anymore. Maybe it's because of my age. My son and daughter are your age, and so my perspective is a little bit different. In as much as I have found that over the years, don't get excited, be patient, and in the end, you'll win. And you just got to do the right things. And, Alex, you're doing all the right things. And so don't get upset about it.
Well, it's just, Bob,
look,
Bob.
You don't want to waste your time in these people. That's my feeling.
Bob,
look,
listen, I agree with you. I agree with you, but we don't screen calls, and I don't think Scott's a bad guy. We're going to go back to him in a moment, give him 1 minute to counter-respond. I'm not mad for me. I'm mad for him. I mean, I know a large portion of people, a large minority of our awakening, our movement, just have spent too much time on negative message boards, and I guess I'm somebody in life who got the best-looking girl in school over and over again. I guess I'm somebody, I'm not bragging, who, when the big 250-pound muscle guy attacked me, I beat the hell out of him. I guess I'm the guy who went down and beat bills at the Texas legislature. I guess I have succeeded in life. You've succeeded in life. And some of these people just can't get it. They just cannot understand that they could succeed if they decided to succeed, Bob.
And that's true, because most of them have the equipment. All they have to do is discipline themselves and set their goals and go ahead and get them. But you got to stay with it.
Well, I apologize for diverting. For the rest of the hour, I want to get into the economy and your expertise and how glorious this is. It looks like we're going to be able to audit the Fed. And even if it doesn't succeed, though it looks like it will, next time it will. We're fighting. We're engaging. We're resisting. Resistance is victory. But Scott in California, go ahead. You can have the final say on this.
Thank you. Well, with just a minute, going back to what you guys said, let me use the Fed specifically. The last major election we had, the presidential election, Bush's numbers, Congress's numbers were in the tank, and yet we thought for sure that the house was going to be cleaned and everything because people had it. They wanted something new. Yet all the incumbents got back in. And it's the same old people. And so we've been talking about that this system is a mess and that things are going down. This audit the Fed bill, this is not going to happen. If it goes down, look for it. It's a major false flag warning. And so the system is controlled by the same old people, and they didn't just have a road to Damascus moment. The masses are, yes, they are waking up, Alex and Bob, but they're saying, how did we get here? And that's how they're stumbling upon you guys. But the fact of the matter is that the system is still controlled by the same players.
All right,
Ron
listen,
Paul,
I appreciate your call. Look, look, it's a process. Rome wasn't built in a day. We're not going to beat this in a day. And so you're not understanding what we're saying. The Fed is fighting this audit with everything they've got. They tried to strip it. This is not a staged event, is it, Bob?